Okay, so one of the comments we have is that it might not be that easy to use a climbing platform. So on that one, we have a big bias, you know. Personally, I come from using climbers. I used 2 different climbers for several years. I moved to saddle hunting for just one reason, because I was tired of carrying 2 tree stands. When I was taking my son hunting, I would be sweating like crazy, and it would take forever to get set up. Well, I wouldn't shoot anything, because by the time we'll be done, we'll have made so much noise, everything would be gone. So I moved to saddle hunting to be able to get, basically to leave one stand at home. And then I thought, okay, there should be a way to climb with just one piece of equipment from start to finish. And I started to use the top of my Lone Wolf climber. It worked really good, but getting it secure in the tree was a pain. It works, but was a pain. So then we came with the lean Ascent after multiple iteration, multiple prototypes. And coming from hunting from climbers, it's very natural to climb with the lean Ascent. So James and I, we feel it's super easy to use, but it might be true that it might not be for everyone. If you have never used a climber before, if you are really somebody who uses a lot of sticks, maybe it will take you some practice. So yeah, the reality is that we don't realize it, but as we are getting feedback, we really don't believe it's difficult or hard at all. We have seen a lot of beginners starting right away and being successful, but it might be true that it might not be for everyone. So anyway, you know, if we get a chance to have you try it, that's a good way. If not, take your time and make sure that it's something that will be for you. We'll provide all the support we can. Honestly, I don't think it's very difficult, but it's true that it might not be for everyone. Another question we get is, what do you do with tree with branches with a climbing platform? So number one, you can disconnect, go over, especially if you have a step. You can put your weight on the step and bring the platform over the limb, connect it again and keep going and leave the steps. That way when you go down, you can basically do the same thing in reverse. But overall, that's the kind of place I tend to hunt. And I always find a tree that is on the path where I can hunt from. If I really cannot do that, usually I use a hang-on, because I'm going to climb on the easy way to the tree, and I don't want to face all those branches. I want the easy way of climbing, so basically the trunk to be on my back, not in front of me. So when I do hunt trees with branches, I tend to use a hang-on because I feel it's more efficient. A couple of issues I have with trees with branches is, one, comfort. Sometimes I feel it's really not comfortable. It takes a long time to set up. Two, I mean, it's good to get in the tree, but once you get in the tree, sometimes you realize you don't have any more shooting lanes because you have a lot of branches down, and you are going to take a chance through branches, which is not good. So anyway, so that's another question we get. There are options. People are showing that on the internet, but more importantly, I'm not convinced that a platform of any kind is the best option when you want a tree, when you want to hunt a tree with a lot of branches. In those situations, I prefer to have the trunk on my back, not in front of me, so that I can keep my shooting options open in front of me. All right. Another question or concern that we get is the fact that you have to rely on a bolt on the climbing platform on the lean Ascent. Well, I'm sorry, but that's the case for a lot of devices, you know. Climbing stick, you have this bolt in the middle, everything rely on it. Platform, Versa button, single bolt. And when you look at the climber, it's very similar to the Lean Ascent with 2 bolts on each side. So yeah, you don't have a lot of options. It's either a bolt or a weld, and yes, we decided to go for the bolt. Another question is the pin that you have on the Lean Ascent for your safety. So this one is a tough one because I'm not a fan of those pins, and I thought you could use a climbing platform without them. The problem is that there is a slight chance somebody is not going to use it right, and it's fun to bring product to market for you guys, but we cannot play with our families and everything involved with liability. So for this reason, we came with a pin to make sure it's very safe. And you will see on one of our prototype, we started actually with a spring-loaded pin, but unfortunately it was not strong enough. We kept breaking it after several uses, so we decided to ditch that idea and to come with something more solid. So yeah, sorry if you don't like the pin, not a big fan of them, but please use them. It's important to be safe. Better to be safe than sorry. Alright, another question is aiders. Yeah, I don't really have anything against them, but I'm not a fan of them. I feel when the conditions are not right, in the dark, rain, sometimes it's tough. And more and more now I hunt with my son. He's 15 years old, and I want to make sure he's safe. Of course he wants to use the same equipment as his dad, and I'm not ready for him to use aiders. Additionally, when you put aiders on a climbing platform, you create a lever effect in an area that might not have been designed for it. So yeah, not a fan of it for those reasons. And using the Lean Ascent, I don't feel I need any aiders. Just put a very slight angle, go up, and if by the time I am in the tree and I don't like the pitch of the platform, we have this bolt you can adjust on the post, and then you can get the pitch you want. So for instance, if my platform is a little bit, I would say like that, once I get to the tree, I'm going to put my bolt in a way so that when I get the strap around the trunk, my platform is going to be like this. So really not a problem for me. And I think we talked about this last time about cast versus square tubes or CNC. So CNC is nice. Square tube versus cast. Yes. Talked with a couple of guys about cast aluminum, and it's probably why a lot of people move away from cast, is that if you have any imperfection in your aluminum, the way you pour it, you are going to get crack. Not necessarily right away, but over time. I've seen people comment on it on the forum, and actually last time when I checked my Lone Wolf seat that I used as a climbing platform for many years, I realized it was broken, and I never noticed it until last time I took it out. So just make me think that, yeah, cast aluminum, when it's done right, good thing, but it's difficult to manage all those micro bubbles on everything, so that's why we didn't go with cast aluminum. Alright, last question for today. We are getting close to the parking now. The last question we got was climbing platform making noise, especially when you climb. Well, it depends on you. You know, if you want to go fast and you don't pay attention, yes, you can make a lot of noise, but if you watch a couple of videos, last time I was watching one from the hunting public, well, today we are making a lot of noise setting up sticks, so you can really make a lot of noise depending how you take care or don't take care of your equipment. If you want to reduce noise, use knee pads, get your knees on the trunk on both sides, and then you will be able to control your platform, especially if you are able to adjust those loops to get them tight. You will be able to basically move it without touching the trunk, and then you basically put it level, and that's not going to make any noise. So practice is going to help, I think Scott from the New York Saddle Hunter mentioned, putting some steel strip on the side. That might help as well. And I talked to him earlier today, and he mentioned that some people are thinking about putting foam potentially inside the square tube. I don't know. I don't think it's a bad idea at all. I would probably try on one to see what it does. But the point is, yes, we use metal, and metal on metal makes noise. So up to you. A lot of different techniques. I'm sure people will come with a lot of smart ideas. But for now, we don't know what you want. So the platform is coming in metal, and if people want to make modifications, they basically can do whatever they want after that, as long as they don't go against the safety and instruction for use. Alright, I think I'm just getting back to the parking now. Thank you again for trusting us. It has been an adventure for us, to come with this product. We are really happy with the feedback. It has been fantastic. I think we have shipped in 25 or 26 states so far, and the feedback has been great. So we are really glad that some people feel the same needs we see on the market, and kind of adopt or adjust a little bit what they were already doing to get something that is easier to use and potentially safer as well. Alright, have a good season. The opener is not really far away, so good luck everybody.